Hey, Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk with you about why your offer is not converting. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners. So stay tuned. As I record this, we're kind of coming to the close of September, and we have, a lot of people that typically see a nice surge at this time of year. And when we ask our clients, most everybody is doing really well, and they're seeing some growth and they're seeing some improvement. But, occasionally you see people who are kind of stuck, they're treading water, they're not seeing the progress they need to see. And, sometimes that is simply because they're just not doing things, right? Like they're not active, they're not marketing consistently, they don't have a way to drive business through the door. And it is, it's pretty obvious. But then the second side of this is, well, there are people that are putting offers out there, getting their message in front of people. They're running a challenge or they're promoting a program, and it's just falling flat. And there are a number of reasons that somebody's offer might not convert, and I wanted to go through just brainstorm a few ideas that I think could be kind of useful for you. So the first is you just don't have a message market match, an offer match with the market that you're serving. And I think that is maybe not the number one issue a lot of times, because a lot of people are marketing general fitness and fat loss to a general audience. And so there is some sort of match. But obviously, if you're trying to sell, a performance improvement thing, and you've got a fat loss market, if you're selling something that feels advanced and you've got a market that's largely people who are deconditioned or beginners, if you have something that is, requires a great deal of diligence and commitment, and you have people that don't feel comfortable or confident in that, there can be that disconnect there, even if the desired outcome matches up with what people want. And that probably leads me into the biggest reason that I see offers falling flat is it's not understanding kind of where the person is when they're seeing your message. And that is, if somebody feels like there's a problem that they need to solve, if they're in a position that they don't feel good about where they're at, they feel like they need to start a gym, there's some sort of discomfort, right? There's a little bit of an emotional kind of piece of this. So selling to them purely with logic isn't always the best approach. Selling to them where you're talking about things that typically they've failed at before, like, if you've got some sort of really stringent nutritional plan, if you've got some sort of training program that has a steep level of commitment, if it's a 6-week program and they've tried 6-week programs before, all those reasons may be stumbling blocks for you. So if you think more about meeting somebody where they are and why they are not currently in a program, why they stopped doing things that they may have done in the past, what might be preventing them? Some of it's just putting yourself in somebody's shoes. And if you say, hey, you just have to be committed for 12 weeks, well, 12 weeks may seem like an eternity for somebody who's never stuck to their New Year's resolutions to the end of January. If you tell somebody that you're going to help them count their macros, and that's just not something they've had success with in the past, if you make people feel like they're going to be unable to complete the warm-up of your training program. Again, these are things that we may say, hey, this is our world that we live in. The clients that we have are happy. The people that do this with us have gotten great results. That's fine. They're not the they're not the target market. They're the target market's desired destination. And usually there's a little bit of an on-ramp, no different than, typically people don't start with calculus. They start with addition and subtraction. And so these folks are often at that addition and subtraction stage. So how do we meet them where they are? Well, make your offer shorter. I love things like 14-day fresh starts, 14-day resets, because then you can get somebody a small victory and you can move them to the next thing. I love telling people that we're going to, meet them where they are and, help them change their nutritional habits one step at a time, or they can still enjoy their favorite foods or the things that have traditionally been a big piece of their lifestyle. We may say, well, hey, you don't need to have food be part of your social experience or whatever else. But for somebody who gets together with friends on Friday and goes to the local Mexican restaurant or whatever else, and that's their thing, you're asking them to give up something that they feel like is an important part of their life. So some of this, it's not that we can't even make people be aware of potential changes that they should make. It's just that it's easier to do that when they've already come to experience that you can help, that you're interested in them, that they're not having to make this leap to meet you where you're at. It's easier to connect with somebody, and then you can ask a little bit more of them and make some more suggestions that might be a little bit more challenging or a little bit further along. We've really kind of woven that into a lot of what we do with coaching programs, where we do kind of facilitated implementation, where it's like one system at a time, whether it's business operating systems or marketing and conversion systems. Instead of just throwing everything on somebody and saying, hey, this is what you need to have to be successful, it's like, well, let's do one thing at a time, get good at it, let's do the next thing, and then over time they compound. And if you take that approach, I think that you get buy-in because people have some success, right? There's some wins. There is some evidence that they can do this, and so they stay the course. So if you want to make a better offer to your people that's going to convert at a higher level, my recommendation is meeting them where they're at. Now, the last thing that I'll say about this, a lot of times people get hung up on the price. And this doesn't mean that you should, heavily discount your offer. Usually, in my experience, price is not the determining factor on whether or not somebody's willing to do it. It's the commitment that you're asking in addition to the price. And so I think your pricing usually should be pretty congruent with whatever your ongoing pricing should be or is. And if you need to add a risk reversal, if you need to have a love it or leave it guarantee, a money back guarantee, that's fine. I think you're better off shortening the duration of the front end offer to get somebody in the door than you are discounting heavily on something bigger. So if you want to improve your offers, there are a few ways that you can do it that I'm pretty sure will both add some effectiveness to your current offers, but then also give you ideas to maybe remodel the offers you're making to have even stronger offers that bring people in the door, set them up to succeed, and help them become long-term clients. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I have a quick announcement. One of the things that we've been doing with our current clients is taking them through this ideal business diagnostic. And really what it is, this checklist that allows you to pinpoint exactly what your business needs next so you can keep improving, keep growing, and build a business that you love to own. One that pays you well, one that allows you to have the impact you want to have, and one that allows you to have a lifestyle that you truly enjoy. In this diagnostic, we walk through everything and we do an evaluation and can instantly pinpoint what you need to do next to build that business that you want. I'm going to extend this opportunity to get on with either me or my team and take you through this evaluation and fix your business's most vital needs fast. So if we take you through this, you're going to be able to make those vital changes that you need to finally have what I call your ideal business. If you'd be interested in going through this entirely free, risk-free diagnostic with us and learn what you already have in place, what you're doing well, and where your greatest opportunities for rapid improvement are, just shoot me an email with diagnostic in the subject line to pat@patrigsby.com. Again, an email to pat@patrigsby.com with diagnostic in the subject line will get you scheduled and take you through this evaluation to help you build the business you want.